From what I know, this film was one of the films that were the making of Zack Snyder as we know him today. I think stylistically, I have a vision of what this movie looks like because I think I've seen references to this movie. I've probably seen scenes of this movie like out of context, although I can't recall them now. But I have a vision of what they look like in my head, which is very Zack Snyder, quite dark. Like I can see lightning bolts in my head. I don't know why, but the lightning bolts are in quite a sharp, like blue. There's strong bold red in there in like the garments that the soldiers are wearing. I have an idea of what to expect visually because I've watched recent Zack Snyder films. But genuinely, I don't know much about the plot of this movie. I think, correct me if I'm wrong, but it feels like this was born out of Gladiator and what's it called? Sandals. What's it called? Something in Sandals genre. I already made the mistake when I was watching Gladiator of calling Russell Crowe Gerard Butler. So clearly my mind is telling me that I need to watch this film finally. I wouldn't say necessarily I'm Zack Snyder's biggest fan, but I've liked a lot of his movies. Usually my like leans more to the aesthetic and the look of the film, which I think he does excellently. So I'm interested to see where I land with this movie as well. Other than that, I don't have too much to say. Damn.
When the boy was born, like old Spartans, he was inspected. If he'd been small or puny, or sickly or misshapen, he would have been discarded.
Damn.
He was baptized in the fire of combat.
So Spartans are from Greek mythology, isn't it?
As is customary in Sparta, the boy was taken from his mother and plunged into a world of violence. Manufactured by 300 years of Spartan warrior society.
Ah.
Create the finest soldiers the world has ever known.
Wow.
By rod and lash, the boy was punished. Taught to show no pain. Tossed into the wild. Left to pit his wits and will against nature's fury. It was his initiation, his time in the wild, for he would return to his people, a Spartan.
What's the percentage of people that don't return? Did you train me for this? I thought I was being trained for humans. Me? You looking at me? I can't help you, bro.
The giant wolf, sniffing. It's not fear that grips him, only a heightened sense of things. Cold air in his lungs.
Bro.
His hands are steady. His form. Perfect.
Maybe he was trained to kill them as well. Oh! Did he bring back the head? Oh.
And so the boy, given up for dead, returns to his people, a king! King Leonidas! This beast is made of men and horses, swords and spears. An army of slaves vast beyond imagining, ready to devour tiny Greece. A beast approaches.
Who are they fighting? Oh, we got some black people? Oh, visually already, I'm enjoying. I'm feasting. Not Cersei! Lena Headey, let me give her some respect.
In the end, the Spartans' true strength was the warrior next to them.
My king and queen, I was just entertaining your guests.
I'm sure. Before you speak, Persian, know that in Sparta, everyone, even a king's messenger, is held accountable for the words of his voice.
His eyes are crazy.
Earth and water.
Do not be coy or stupid, Persian. You can afford neither in Sparta.
What makes this woman think she can speak among men?
Because Spartan women give birth to real men.
Cool our tongues.
His eyes.
Listen carefully, Leonidas. Xerxes conquers and controls everything he rests his eyes upon. He leads an army so massive, it shakes the ground with its march. All the God King Xerxes requires is this, a simple offering of earth and water, token of Sparta's submission to the will of Xerxes.
Submission.
Impossible.
Now, that's a bit of a problem.
That's against everything they believe in.
The Athenians have already turned you down. And if those philosophers and boy lovers nerve, then...
We must be diplomatic.
And of course, Spartans have their reputation to consider.
Choose your next words carefully, Leonidas. They may be your last as king.
Socks and sandals, that's the genre I was talking about. Is it socks and sandals? Something and sandals, guys. Whatever decision he makes is going to affect these people. His people. I hope that's not his sister.
You're a madman.
Earth and water. But you'll find plenty of both down there.
Persian or Greek, no man threatens a messenger.
Bring the crowns and heads of conquered kings to my city steps.
I think I've seen the scene. He's going to get a foot to the chest.
Oh, I've chosen my words carefully, Persian. Perhaps you should have done the same.
This is blasphemy. This is madness.
Don't shoot the messenger, literally. Oh, I should give her approval to kill him.
This is Sparta!
That's the iconic scene, I guess, because I've seen that. And I know that line. Did one of them jump? Oh, we're going down with them. Oh, Zack Snyder. Oh.
Welcome, Leonidas. We have been expecting you.
What? I was not expecting mystical elements in this, if that is what this is.
The ephors, priests to the old gods, inbred swine, creatures whom even Leonidas must bribe. For no Spartan king has gone to war without the ephors' blessing.
No question, we face the most massive army ever assembled.
What do you offer?
Brother, you need E45.
We will use our superior fighting skills.
It is August, Leonidas. The full moon approaches.
Sparta wages no war at the time of the Carnea.
Sparta will burn! Her men will die in arms, and her women and children will be slaves.
I've always thought of Sparta being just the people, or the military men.
We will funnel them into the mountain pass we call the Hot Gates. Their numbers will count for nothing. Wave after wave of Persian attack will smash against Spartan shields.
We must consult the oracle.
So he doesn't really believe in his god or gods. Who's the oracle?
Diseased old mystics.
Tell me about it.
Remnants of a time before Sparta's ascent from darkness. Remnants of a senseless tradition. Tradition even Leonidas cannot defy.
Even if it's senseless?
Respect the word of the ephors. That is the law.
Ma'am.
The ephors choose only the most beautiful Spartan girls to live among them as oracles. The old wretches have the needs of men.
I want to vomit on her behalf.
Sparta will fall. All grace will fall.
Oh.
Trust not in men. Honor the Carnea.
Truly, you're in the God King's favor now.
And when Sparta burns, you shall bathe in gold. Fresh oracles shall be delivered to you daily.
What on earth? Fresh oracles? What?
What must a king do to save his world when the very laws he is sworn to protect force him to do nothing?
What should a free man do?
So it seems like a lot of Spartans don't believe in the religion or the tradition that currently prevails, and they just do it because the law forces them to, more so than them actually believing in it. Oh, they're having a whale of a time, boy.
Is this all of them? As you ordered. 300. Good-born sons to carry on their name.
That's the guy that was speaking at the beginning.
We are with you, sire!
For Sparta! For freedom! To the death!
Who asked?
He is your son.
I have others to replace him. Estenos is as brave and ready as any. No younger than we were the first time you stood next to me in battle.
Damn, he's gonna die.
The Aethos have spoken. There must be no march.
It is the law, my lord. The Spartan army must not go to war.
Nor shall it. 300 men are my personal bodyguard. Our army will stay in Sparta.
Where will you go?
Now that you ask, I suppose I'll head north.
The Hot Gates.
Move out! Move out!
I wonder how historically accurate their outfits are. They're, brother, skin and bones. That cloth, that Doctor Strange cape ain't protecting them from anything.
Spartan! Combat with your shield. Or on it.
Oh. It's like there's equal honor in dying for Sparta as there is for surviving. It's like surviving by fighting for Sparta.
There's no room for softness. Not in Sparta. No place for weakness. Only the hard and strong may call themselves Spartans.
Normally, that's afforded to women, but it seems not even the women can be soft. What was that thing? I honestly was not expecting fantastical elements.
We heard Sparta was on the warpath. We were eager to join forces. But you bring only this handful of soldiers against Xerxes? You, there. What is your profession? I'm a potter. And you, Arcadian, what is your profession?
Sculptor, sir.
You?
Blacksmith.
I mean, we can use a blacksmith.
Spartan!
More so than a...
What is your profession?
Where do you study for who?
See, old friend, I brought more soldiers than you did.
Fair.
We're being followed.
It has followed us since Sparta.
Oh, is that the thing I saw by the tree?
My king! Look! What happened here?
Took the words out of my mouth.
Persians.
I put their number at around 20.
Oh, it's just a boy.
Child!
Mm-mm. I am not trusting. I don't know why.
They came with peace from the blackness.
Oh, maybe it was. That's not funny. Maybe it was just a boy.
I found them.
Oh, please. I don't like the way they're looking up. Don't tell me they're hanging.
Have the gods no mercy?
Hey, is that? What's the German actor's name? Magneto.
Not these immortals. Immortals. We'll put their name to the test.
It's one thing to kill. It's another thing to make art of your killings. Visually, I've seen
And batters the Persian
this
hurricane wind.
is what I'm very much familiar with. This look.
How am I to trust beyond the walls of my own home? Even here, Theron has eyes and ears which fuel Sparta with doubt and fear. You can arrange for me to speak to the council. If it is reason they want, I will let them know.
Know what, my queen?
Freedom isn't free at all. That it comes with the highest of costs, the cost of blood.
I will do my best to gather a council.
I wonder why Zack Snyder chose to use the shadows. What was the meaning behind that? What's this actor's name?
Why do you smile?
I've fought countless times. Yet I've never met an adversary who could offer me what we Spartans call a beautiful death. I can only hope, with all the world's warriors gathered against us, there might be one down there
They are. He's looking at you like you're sick. Get back to pottery class, man. What did he say? MILF.
Move! Forward, I say! Stop here! Who commands here? I demand that someone show me your commander.
They don't even rate him. They're like, pfft.
These hills swarm with our scouts. And do you think your pathetic wall will do anything except fall like a heap of...
Yeah, you're gonna die.
Our ancestors built this wall, using ancient stones from the bosom of Greece herself. And with a little Spartan help, your Persian scouts supplied the mortar.
Pay for your barbarism!
Ooh! That's crazy.
My arm!
That was wavy.
Go now. Run along.
Man said it's not yours anymore.
By noon this day, you will be dead men. 1,000 nations of the Persian Empire descend upon you.
The wall is solid. It'll do the job of funneling the Persians into the hot gates.
Captain, have the men found any route through the hills to our back?
None, sire.
Oh.
Just past that western ridge, an old goat path. The Persians could use it to outflank us.
What are you?
My mother's love led my parents to flee Sparta, lest I be discarded. I beg you, bold king, to permit me to redeem my father's name by serving you.
Wow.
Raise your shield as high as you can. We fight as a single, impenetrable unit. That is the source of our strength. Each Spartan protects the man to his left, thigh to neck, with a shield. A single weak spot, and the phalanx shatters.
Interesting.
I am sorry, my friend. Not all of us were made to be soldiers.
But
If you want to help in a Spartan victory, clear the battlefield of the dead.
Damn.
You were wrong! You are wrong, Leonidas!
Oh. Is he creating an adversary out of him now? Did he do that?
Earthquake.
Oh.
This is where we hold them! This is where we fight! This is where they die! And these shields, boys!
Is this Joshua Xerxes?
Spartans!
No.
Lay down your weapons!
Boy! That was quick.
Reserve!
Oh, I love that.
Give them nothing! But take from them everything!
Oh. 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 The Spartans are everything they said they were. My gosh. Look at the bodies. They are unforgiving. Oh. Oh, his leg. That was like video gameplay. I felt like in every pause or every slow-mo cut, I was being asked to press X or triangle. I can't believe that scene. I've never seen that scene before in my life. They love to push people off an edge. Where's the other guys, the Arcadians? Was that a horn? Oh Lord Jesus. Okay, right. So, does anyone wanna? Oh, damn. My goodness.
Today, no Spartan dies.
Oh, I can't lie, they're wavy. Oh, the horse has always got to die, man.
We do what we were trained to do, what we were bred to do, what we were born to do. No prisoners, no mercy. A good start.
I guess they're able to see things that way in terms of no mercy, no prisoners, because they wouldn't want that for themselves. That's what Spartan culture is, like culture, sorry. They almost want to die in a battlefield, so they're not going to afford anyone else that luxury, or the luxury of living, or being a prisoner.
You should keep a better eye on him if he's to be king one day. The unfortunate if anything were to happen to him. Or to his beautiful mother.
You don't say things like that. Oh my gosh. The Persians can't do anything for themselves.
Let me guess. You must be Xerxes.
So this is Joshua Xerxes. Bro, look what I mean. Nothing for themselves.
Come, Leonidas.
I wasn't expecting that voice. Ugh. Oh?
Let us reason together. It would be nothing short of madness for you, brave king, and your valiant troops to perish. Even now you are defiant in the face of annihilation. It isn't wise to stand against me. Imagine what horrible fate awaits my enemies when I would gladly kill any of my own men for victory.
And I would die for any one of mine. You have many slaves, Xerxes.
Too many. Too many is wild. One is too many.
It's not the lash they fear. It is my divine power. I can make you rich beyond all measure. I will make you warlord of all Greece. Your Athenian rivals will kneel at your feet. If you will but kneel at mine.
Slaughtering all those men of yours has left a nasty in my legs, so kneeling will be hard for me.
I will erase even the memory of Sparta from the histories. And every scribe shall have their eyes put out and their tongues cut from their mouths. Why, uttering the very name of Sparta or Leonidas will be punishable by death.
Reduce. Take it down. Just.
The world will know that free men stood against a tyrant, that few stood against many, and before this battle was over, that even a god king can bleed.
You fought well today. For a woman.
As did you. Maybe if I'm injured, you'll be able to keep up with me. How are those Persians high?
Look at the background. I wonder how Persians or Iranians felt about their portrayal in this film. That's the one thing in the back of my mind. We'll discuss it afterwards, but I just wonder how that was perceived. Or not perceived, how that was taken.
They observed the dark will of Persian kings for 500 years. Eyes as dark as night. Teeth filed to fangs. Soulless. The personal guard to King Xerxes himself. The Persian warrior elite. The immortals. Easy to taunt, easy to trick. Before wounds and weariness have taken their toll, the mad king throws the best he has at us. Xerxes has taken the bait.
Spartans! Push!
No way.
We put their name to the test.
Surely they've got to do better than everyone else they've come up against. I don't think I've seen one Spartan die. Oh, I think I might have. Oh, I take it back. I cannot believe the things I'm seeing in this film. I wasn't expecting it. Good combo. Behind you. I don't like the way they... I take it back. I was waiting for that to happen. Brother, turn around. I said this already. Oh. Oh, oh. Damn. There's been some great action in this film so far. Hot breath, hot breath. Thank you. This guy was getting on my damn nerves. Nice. Come on. Blacksmith and pottery class and sculptors. Let's see what you got. Hopefully the element of surprise gives them an advantage.
Shout and curse, stabbing wildly. More brawlers than warriors. They make a wondrous mess of things. Brave amateurs. They do their part. They fail our king's test, and a man who fancies himself a god feels a very human chill crawl up his spine.
To our king! And our honored dead! Whom will Xerxes dare to send next? Whom? There's nothing that can stop us now!
Guys, beware hubris.
Against Asia's endless hordes, against all odds, we can do it. We can hold the hot gates. We can win.
Oh, it's been non-stop beef. This film's nothing like Gladiator.
Barbarians howl. Those behind cry forward. Those in front cry back. Our eyes bear witness to the grotesque spectacle coughed forth from the darkest corner of Xerxes' empire.
Go on. Go on, Night King. Oh, maybe not. Brother? What are we looking at? Move. Oh. Well, I'm stupid.
We send the severed bodies and the fragile hearts back to Xerxes' feet.
What on earth?
King Xerxes is displeased with his generals.
This is crazy. I think the Spartans have lost 2 bodies so far. Out of the 300. Right now the movie is 298. Damn!
You still here? Somebody's gotta watch your back. No, I'm a little busy.
One of these two's gonna die. I'm saying that because I like their relationship, so something has to go wrong. It's actually crazy with this far into the movie, and we are yet to see the Spartans take an L more than a few bodies. Do you know what I mean?
Astynos! My son!
What? There's no way I've called that so quickly. Or so. There's no way I've called that. There's no way that's come back so quickly. Boy.
Each felled is a friend, or dearest blood. And upon seeing the headless body of his own young son, the captain breaks rank. blood drunk.
Oh, he's wavy though. But the Spartans talked about weakness though. Doesn't this count as weakness?
Captain's cries of pain at the loss of his son are more frightening to the enemy than the deepest battle drum.
I'm never gonna stop being surprised at the fantastical or the mystical elements in this film. Ew. What's his name? Aristocrat. Amethyst? Something like that.
The Spartans, too, are cruel to reject you. But I am kind. Every pleasure your fellow Greeks and your false gods have denied you, I will grant you.
There's no way this thing is getting some. this,
Embrace me as your king and as your god.
Yes.
Of course he's gonna say yes.
Lead my soldiers to the hidden path that enters behind the cursed Spartans, and your joys will be endless.
I mean, well, we knew that was coming back.
Yes. I want it all.
Man, so yes.
I require only that you kneel.
But I did not ask you here for small talk, Theron.
Are these two gonna have a little?
I need your help in winning votes to send the army north to our king.
But why would I want to do that?
It proves you care for a king who right now fights for the very water we drink.
True. Leonidas is an idealist.
I know your kind too well. You send men to slaughter for your own gain.
My husband fights for his land and his love. What do you have to offer?
What does a realist want with his queen?
I think you know.
I was right. She didn't even ask a question. Oh.
This will not be over quickly. You will not enjoy this. I'm not your king.
We are undone. Undone, I tell you. Destroyed.
Daxos, calm yourself.
A hunchback traitor has led Xerxes' immortals to the hidden code path behind us. This battle is over, Leonidas.
Battle is over when I say it is over. Spartans, prepare for glory!
There is no glory to be had now.
Spartans never retreat. Spartans never surrender.
Let every Greek assemble know the truth of this.
Let each among them search his own soul.
And while you're at it, search your own.
Back to pottery class then, I guess. I don't blame them. They're not. They're not about this.
No retreat, no surrender. That is Spartan law. And by Spartan law, we will stand and fight. A new age has begun. An age of freedom. And all will know that 300 Spartans gave their last breath to defend it.
Capo, are you okay? Are you better? How are you feeling?
My friend, I have lived my entire life without regret until now. It's not that my son gave up his life for his country. It's just that I never told him that I loved him the most. That he was all that was best in me.
I feel like this is not very Spartan.
My heart is broken for your loss. Heart? I have filled my heart with hate.
For who? Oh, okay, fair. I guess we can channel that.
Tell them my story. Make every Greek know what happened to you.
Legacy is really important for them. Damn. I forgot he was wearing that.
I stand before you not only as your queen. I come to you as a mother. I come to you as a wife. I come to you as a Spartan woman.
He's sick.
We must send the entire Spartan army to aid our king in the preservation of not just ourselves, but of our children.
How big is the General Spartan army?
Send the army for the preservation celebration of liberty. Send it for justice. But most importantly, send our army for hope. Hope that a king and his men have not been wasted to the pages of history. That their courage bonds us together. That we are made stronger by their actions.
I don't know how these guys are going to feel. Oh, he's going to turn on her.
Eloquent, passionate, but it doesn't change the fact that your husband has brought war upon us.
You are wrong. The Persians will not stop until the only shelter we will find is rubble and chaos.
But what of adultery?
How dare you?
How dare
Oh?
She is a trickster in true form. Just hours ago, you offered yourself to me. Were I a weaker man, I would have her scent on me still. Did you not receive a similar payment, which you took in exchange for her having an audience with these noble men?
You snake.
A bribe of the flesh, gentlemen, while her husband promotes anarchy and war. Words escape even the most cunning tongue. My little whore queen.
Oh my.
Queen-like behavior. Remove her from this chamber before she infects us further.
Woo!
This will not be over quickly. You will not enjoy this. I am not your queen.
That is the last thing I was expecting. Wow. Wow.
Despite your insufferable arrogance, God King has come to admire Spartan valor and fighting skill. You will make a mighty...
Look at him.
Use your Leonidas! Use your reason! Think of your men!
He's going to infuriate him.
He can attest to the Divine One's generosity, despite your several insults, despite your horrid blasphemies. You fight for your lands. Keep them. You fight for Sparta. She will be wealthier and more powerful than ever before. You will be proclaimed warlord of all Greece, answerable only to the one true master of the world. If you but lay down your arms and kneel to holy Xerxes.
Yuck. What's he doing? There's no way he's going to surrender. No chance. What? No, this is a setup. It's part of a plan.
His shield is heavy.
Ephialtes,
Mm-mm.
may you live forever.
Hmm? What? Aha. Thank you. Thank you. I was like, what has happened since to make him change?
His helmet was stifling. It narrowed his vision, but he must see far. Shield was heavy. It threw him off balance. And his target is far away.
Oh, I love the way I love the staggered. Oh, he missed. Oh. Oh, damn, we're going to lose bears, aren't we? Oh, my. Do you bleed? I mean, they had no chance, didn't they? Unless he got that right. Oh.
Bold Leonidas gives testament to our bloodline. His roar is long and loud.
I feel like the other men, the other Spartans are going to come from somewhere. No?
side. It's an honor to have lived at yours.
Damn. Oh, he's still getting up.
My love.
Is this necessary? Is 60,000 of them necessary? I guess they went out exactly as they said they would, and everything they said about their culture and who they are, they stood on it. Like purely for the fact that they said that they are willing to go out. Like it's the core value of the Spartans or the Spartan army. I should have known that this movie would finish with them standing on business and going out. Not only standing on business, but going like out standing on business.
And so my king died. And my brothers died.
From free Greek to free Greek, the word was spread that bold Leonidas and his 300 laid down their lives, not just for Sparta, but for all Greece. Here on this rugged patch of earth called Plataea, Xerxes' hordes face obliteration! Knowing full well what merciless horrors they suffered at the swords and spears of 300, yet they stare now across the plain at 10,000!
10,000.
30,000 free Greeks!
Oh. They are so done.
The enemy outnumbers a paltry 3-1. Good odds for any Greek. We rescue a world from mysticism and tyranny.
I feel sorry for the people at the back.
The victory!
Oh, I love that very Zack. Oh, those zoom-ins are so Zack Snyder. Funnily enough, this review is actually coming out a couple days since I've actually watched 300. If you can't tell by my, wouldn't it be embarrassing if I'm actually wearing the exact same thing that I wore in that reaction? I have no idea what I was wearing. But yeah, this review is coming out a couple days later. So I have had time. You know when you're editing a video or a reaction, I don't know if anyone who's watching this makes reactions themselves, but you're essentially watching back the film again. So I've had time to watch it again. I still haven't read any reviews because I didn't want to be positively or negatively impacted by theirs. I can't wait to read the reviews because there's certain things that I felt that I'm unsure of if it was a thing at the time. I mean, like I've said, I've watched Zack Snyder's recent movies. I've seen his DC movies. I've seen Watchmen. I know what he's visually capable of, and if it was possible for you to erase all knowledge of me knowing Zack Snyder directed this film, and you just showed me a still from this film, I would absolutely know it's Zack Snyder. But honestly, I think visually, not just the look, Zack Snyder has a certain way of coloring his films, but the shooting, the way certain scenes were shot, the use of slow motion, especially in the action, well, exclusively in the action scenes, no? That long one take, I don't know if it actually was one take. I can't remember if someone like crossed in front of the screen. It probably wasn't. It's impressive alone that I'm questioning. I don't know whether it was a one take or not. I was I was silent throughout that whole scene. Like I said, it literally felt like I was playing a video game. And you know when it kind of slows down and it waits for you and it has a timer on the button. That's what it felt like I was looking at. I think also the use of blood in this film. I think it's very intentionally not supposed to look like real blood. It almost looks like art, like from a comic. I believe this film is inspired by a comic book, which also makes a lot of sense for some of the things I want to say about this film. But yeah, visuals, action, absolutely top. I remember going into this film thinking it was going to be like Gladiator. If you see my Gladiator review, you know I love that film. But I went into that film expecting as much action as I got in this film, and I was far more impressed with that film for the things unrelated to the action. Whereas here, you basically are all inside the action. There's near enough you take like breathers and then you're back in the fight, which is maybe where the film suffers a bit. We're not going to get there yet. Another thing I really liked about this movie was the positive masculinity in a way, somewhat, in a complex way. Obviously, this is aspects of masculinity used in battle and to kill, but the brotherhood and the nature of protection, what these guys are doing in order to protect their people. You know, the idea of is it the phalanx or phalanx? I can't remember how they pronounced it, but the idea that you're your brother's keeper and your shield is for your brother. All of that stuff I really enjoyed. The way these guys fight for each other, the attitude to die on the line, the sacrifice, the protector, all those aspects, all those traits, all those aspects, all those themes. I liked exploring those. I wish we could go a bit further. Again, we'll get into that. In terms of performances, I think Gerard Butler was really solid, but I really enjoyed his second in command, especially after his son got. And also, Michael Fassbender, yes, I finally remembered his name. Michael Fassbender. I mean, we didn't get that much of him, but I think it helped that his character, his Spartan character, was a bit more quirky, had a bit more zing to him than the others. And so he stood out, and it just allowed me to enjoy that character more so than some of the others. A part of that also is his relationship with the captain's son. It just added a bit of levity, a bit of lightness. I liked their little quips with each other during the film. I wish we got a lot more of that relationship. You know, if we're gonna be in the thick of this battle all the time, I'd have liked to see more of the relationships during the battle. I hope that makes sense. But now, don't shoot me, guys. Let's get on to some of the aspects of this film that I liked a little, some a lot less. I did mention in the top of this film that Zack Snyder is known, and I feel this way as well, I'm not going to put it on other people, that he's a better visual storyteller than he is, you know, the other parts of the story. And I hope knowledge of that didn't skew me going into this film, but I did feel this way in this film. One of my main problems is the film attempts to make the relationship between Leonidas and the Queen, and also his son, part of the emotional weight of this movie, part of the heart. I'd say part of it is the captain and the son, and the other part is Leonidas and his family. I'd say the former works better than the latter, and I don't think we even got enough of the former either. I think in terms of the captain and his son, I felt the relationship. I felt the weight of that more due to the performance of the actor, the captain's actor, more so than the story we had gotten between those characters. For Leonidas and his family, the Queen, I did not care. I did not care about their relationship. Guys, don't be afraid of comparison. A lot of people hate comparison, but because I've recently watched Gladiator, I know these films, now I've watched them, they're not all too much similar, but just to make a comparison, Maximus's family are hardly in that film. We never see them together. We don't have any scenes until they die. We don't get scenes of them together, but I absolutely, unquestionably, undeniably feel the love he has for his family throughout that entire film. It's his biggest motivation, unquestionably. And I've never seen him with them. But the film does well to let me know that regardless, through the dialogue, through, I don't know, flashbacks, through in so many ways. I get a whole sex scene in this film, and I still do not care about Leonidas's relationship with his wife. So when we return at the end of the film with the necklace, I was like, oh, that's sad. But I didn't feel it. I just knew it was supposed to be sad. So just to tag on to that as well, I think part of that was that I didn't enjoy the scenes where we left the action because the action was the best parts of this film. But I shouldn't feel like that because, like I said, I think the story was suffering a bit. So every time we went back to Sparta, I should have been glad. I should have been glad that I was getting more story, you know, more juice for the film. Every time we went back to Sparta, I got annoyed. I didn't enjoy the scenes with the Queen, with the councilman, with the nasty ass councilman. I just felt like, oh, get me back into the action because that was the best parts of the film. But I shouldn't feel like that. I don't blame Lena Headey. I just think the writing for her character was subpar, unfortunately. There wasn't much range there. I am a little unclear, and maybe this is on me more so than the film, but I did feel a little unclear on what this film wanted me to take away. I personally took away the brotherhood of the Spartans more so than anything, but I feel like the film, about halfway through, wanted me to believe that the Spartans did this all for the legacy, and that being remembered was almost the crutch of this movie, or the thing to take away. which, like I said, I didn't feel in the first half that's the lane we were going down. But then Leonidas stresses it quite a few times in the back half of the film. But then I feel like but then during Leonidas's death, I feel like the film is trying to, or wants me to feel like he's doing this for the love of his family. You know, you see him with the flashbacks to wife in the wheat fields, which is so much like Gladiator. So I'm just a bit like, what does it want me to, what does it want me to take away from the Spartans? I know this is art and people can take different things from art, but Zack Snyder definitely had an intention, but I don't feel like it was as structured as it could have been. Does that make sense? The last thing I'm going to touch on, which is probably honestly the part that it played on my mind. I mentioned it during the reaction, and that is the portrayal of the Persians. Guys, it just made me feel a bit weird. I feel like when you are making a film that's based and heavily based on history, you have to be careful of. I mean, this film literally dehumanizes the Persians to the point they make them look animalistic, monstrous, demonic. Like I could use all sorts of adjectives that are literally pulled straight from the film. There's also a heavy emphasis on the Persians' use of slaves, which absolutely is true. But I'm pretty sure the Greeks, especially, had a lot of slaves. And so when you're pushing so much, listen, I ain't saying the Persians were innocent in anything they did or they are the hero in this story. Absolutely not. But when you are dealing with history and you decide to fictionalize certain aspects, you have to have a careful hand because then you can rewrite because to a new audience then things can look like good versus evil. And this film came out in the 2000s when Iran versus the rest of the world was quite a big thing. And so for this film to come out during that period and painting the Persians as these subhuman, mystic, demonic, monstrous people, and the Greeks or the Spartans specifically as these clean, honorific, dutiful, wonderful people. All I could say is during the film, I was like, if I was Iranian, I would be sick. I would be fuming. But yeah, I would say over the last few days, I've kind of gone up and down on my emotions. I think I've settled on liking this film. I do think there is something to take from this film, even if there's some things that I think even if I think there's some things that could have been done better. So I am glad I have watched this film, even if it's been, I don't know, 20 years late. But I'm telling you now, I cannot wait. Literally, when I put this camera down, I'm about to Google the hell out of the reviews that came out when this film came out. I just think it's going to be very, very interesting. Absolutely not surprised this film is as iconic as it is and that it's responsible for the Zack Snyder boom. It all makes sense. Guys, let me know what you thought about this movie. Let me know what you think about my thoughts on this movie. Don't shoot me. Just have a conversation. It's a film. I know some people are diehards for this film. If you want to defend your film, defend it in the comments. I'm happy to have a conversation. All right, guys. Peace.